She's a fashion and activewear designer. She's also into food, fitness, and fashion. She calls herself Mogulette Lilian, and I call her the influential entrepreneur. Tell us about that.
Ooh, where do I start? Okay, so I actually started off my career as in retail, fashion, and slowly or quickly evolved into a stylist. At the time when I started retail, I realized that a lot of my clients were always asking for advice on what to wear, how to style it, what looked good on them, what didn't look good on them. And this was 10 years ago. So at the time, we didn't have any stylists in Nigeria. So that kind of kicked off. And then I quickly got some jobs with some celebrity clients. And that sort of like just catapulted me in like the stylist space and fashion. However, because it was something that was so new, a lot of people didn't really know what a stylist was or the use of a stylist. So I found myself introducing this, job to clients and trying to explain to them what it was, the benefits. And the minute they tried me out, it really sort of like just, they loved, the after effects and what it did for them in the press. A lot of them landed on the front covers of magazines.
For being well dressed.
Yes, on the best dressed list. And that just kind of like kicked off, my career as a stylist. As far as that went, I carried on with that for the last 10 years. However, around 2015, I started to feel burnt out and just underutilized in the industry because don't forget, at the time, it was something new that I was introducing in a country like Nigeria. So it did have its challenges as much as I really liked it. So my retail business was literally my bread and butter. And then so I started to get burnt out, a little tired, and just wanted more. And then so I explored the option of leaving Nigeria and going to America and just like taking a break.
How long were you in the US for?
Well, I left in 2015 and I've been going back and forth ever since then.
Okay.
However, when I got to America, I just wanted a break. And so whilst I was in America, I got inspired with the whole fitness thing. I moved to LA, and then if you know anything about LA, they're like very big on the looks, like image is everything. It's Hollywood. Actors and actresses, everyone has to look right just because they're trying to get a part. And then so
no
I'm in
strand
my
out
apartment,
of place.
No strand out of place. I'm in my apartment, and every morning everyone's going to the gym. You're by the poolside, everyone's like half naked, just showing off their bodies and stuff. So I just kind of like went back into like the whole fitness thing while I was out there, and just got the inspiration to, work on a fitness brand. Actually, when it came up, I didn't really think Nigeria at the time. I was thinking, why don't I introduce this in America and all of that? And shortly after the idea came up, 3 weeks later, literally 3 weeks later, I got an opportunity to launch the fitness brand on Christina Milian was launching her new store, Melrose. I had met with an agent over there who told me about the opportunity.
Huge.
Yeah, so it kind of launched on a big scale. Like, I didn't even have the entire line ready. As soon as the opportunity opened up, I'm like, oh my God, I have to take this opportunity. So I did.
Wait, how did they find you in the first place? Because this is Hollywood.
Yeah, I would say like it was a lot of... What's that thing they see when preparation meets opportunity?
Preparation meets opportunity. It was your time.
Yes, I think that's really what it was because I had only just got into LA, didn't really know anybody, and I had actually spoken to a friend from Nigeria who knew this agent in LA who was this guy, and then I met him, we're talking, and I'm like, and he says, I was actually looking for a manager at the time. And he says, he has the right person for me, that he wasn't the right person for the job. He introduced me to this lady who literally at that first meeting, I kind of told her everything I was doing and what I wanted out of, just being there. And she mentioned this opportunity and I was like, okay, I mean, I think it's a good idea, but I don't have the line ready. It's an idea that I'm thinking of, I'm working on. And by the time it was ready, and by the time it was time for the launch of her store, because she also had, Christina Milian had a show on E! Network at the time, her reality TV show. I had created the collection for the runway show, and that was literally how I launched it in 2015. So that was the first thing I had now done outside of fashion, right? And with launching the line, I was thinking, you know, motivation to go into the gym on a day when you don't feel like it, like just waking up every day at my apartment and seeing all these girls just going, and I'm like, yo, I need some motivation to go. And I was just always thinking of like, where can I get like sexy outfits, and just wanted to look good, even if I was just like walking down the street after the gym or whatnot. And that really inspired the look. So
no, you're talking about the look for the
fitness, for the active wear. And then when the publication of my launch with Christina Lilian came out on the blogs at the time on Linda KG and Bella Naija, I started getting messages from some Nigerian celebrities about wanting the brand in Nigeria. So I was like, okay, you know,
there's a market there.
There's a market there. And I hadn't really thought it through. Like I said, it was just an idea that I had that I really wanted to work on. And I just thought, just try it. However, I launched the line and then realized we didn't have any African-owned fitness apparel brand.
Right.
And I'm like, no way. So now I'm digging. I'm like, are you serious? Like, I'm the first, you know. So I start to dig and dig and dig. However, just like in the styling industry, I now realized that I had created also something with the fitness industry in Nigeria, again, as a pioneer to this industry too. But then that led me to starting the line, going with it, and before I knew it, I've always called myself Mogul like Lilian.
Yes.
And I've always felt like a mogul is someone with multiple businesses, someone who's in command of, you know, what they're doing as an entrepreneur and all of that. And then I gave myself that name saying, you know, call yourself onto what you want to become.
Right. There's power in the spoken word.
I actually believe that now because of what has begun to transcend in my business life. And so with that, I started the shoe company. So I have like other companies that are sort of like subsidiaries of the fashion. So
let's put it this way. So under your enterprise, we have the active wear.
Yes.
We have the fashion line, which is ready to wear.
Yes.
We have the sunglasses line. We have the shoe line. What else do we have?
The beauty company.
Tell us about the beauty company.
So I think what happened with the beauty company and like say the shoe company, the sunglass company, the beauty company, when I realized that I now had a model that I could replicate with several products, because these were now products that were already underneath my fashion line, so to speak, that I decided should become standalone companies. So that if you were a girl who just wanted to you woke up in the morning, you're thinking your skincare, your whatnot, you just know where to go straight up. If you wanted to just buy shoes for the day, you knew where to go. If you just wanted sunglasses, you knew where to go. And then if you wanted everything, like you're just like, oh, you know, you're just browsing, you just want to buy stuff, then Liam Fashion is the store for you, right? Which is a combination of everything. I just felt like some days you're specific. That's just what you're about for that day, you know, and that kind of led to the beauty company as well. But the shoe company was something interesting that kicked off the sunglass and the beauty companies. And
which one came first?
The shoe company.
Shoe company, okay.
Now, the shoe company was interesting because I do some free tutorials for young girls right now, teaching them how to start their businesses without any money. Right. And that's just because of what happened for me with the shoe company. It was something that I tried out, it worked, and then I launched the shoe company.
Okay.
So I had gone to my village for Christmas and met with a cousin who told me that he retailed shoes at the Lagos market, Balogun, and he brought in all these containers from China and what have you.
Filled with shoes.
Filled with just women's shoes.
Just women's shoes.
And so he was telling me, I was like, oh, I can help you. Let me see, I can help you like promote your stuff and just, you know, try and get more sales. He wasn't in the social media space or like the techie space or whatnot. And got back to Lagos and just the idea I remembered, and I was just like, hey, let me ring him up and just try it out. I only took products and took images of them and sent them right back to him and just created this Instagram page and put up all these pictures on there. I started getting calls. And so what I did was...
What kind of shoes were they?
He had like really affordable shoes.
Got you.
So the shoes were from like 2,500 to about 7,000 or 8,000 if I remember right now.
So just trendy shoes.
Just trendy shoes, but like affordable for shoes, like just really, really affordable. And that kind of opened my eyes to the, you know, that market. But then when I did that, I returned I took the pictures and returned the shoes and just put them up on my Instagram. I started getting calls. But what was interesting was that the fact that I didn't take any stock, every time I got an order, I
had to call him.
So literally drop shipping.
Yes.
Before I even knew what drop shipping was. That was literally what I did. So I had a delivery van, bike, pick up from them at the market and deliver it to my customers. I got paid and I just always sent him the money. And so it was just like swift, it was easy, there was no hiccup. The only thing I ever needed was pictures, which I took myself in the way that I thought was really like nice and fancy and whatnot. And it just panned out. So having done that just before I went to America, I'm like, whoa, okay, I think we're going to try this when we get to America. And then I get to America now, and then I am and then I'm looking at all these companies that I was buying some shoes for some clients. And I was like, you know what? It's about time to go to the source. And then I started looking at manufacturers, looking at manufacturers, and I was like, okay, found some, tried them out. What was crazy was the fact that when I was putting up my images on Instagram, now of my own, you know, the ones that I now bought in the US, it was selling out before the shoes came to Nigeria.
What?
Yes, literally. Selling out. Like the entire case would sell out before my products got to Nigeria.
Which is a good thing anyway.
It was fantastic because I was shocked, like, it was, Instagram was not what it is right now.
Yes.
How come people had all this trust with me? It was a new company, so it wasn't under Liam Fashion, so you didn't even know it was me.
Right.
And I actually gave the company a different name because I didn't want people that knew me to be buying it because they knew me. So it really informed me that people were buying because they liked the product.
It wasn't like we're going to support her because she's our friend.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so when I started
the product had value. Okay.
It had value. And when I started getting people that I didn't expect buying from me, I found out that they were buying from me because when we were getting alerts, I would see names of people that I knew showing up in my, you know. So I knew that, okay, they would too, you know. So that kind of kicked it off. And then I just kind of sort of have all these businesses that I have right now. I've had my moments just figuring it out. I had my moments of being overwhelmed. I had my moments of people are saying you're doing too much. People are going to think you're doing too much. You know,
who cares what people think?
I know, right? But sometimes when you start to face certain difficulties in the business, you start to question: Are they right? Are they this? Are they that? And then that's sort of when you need to now go back into yourself and remember what worked, why you're doing what you're doing, and if it's adding any value, and if there are people that really need these services and things like that, and also for the love of what you were doing. So, you know, even when you love what you're doing and you're happy and whatnot, the grunt of any growing business eventually starts to show up, and that's really when you start to question. Because yes, I had this boom with the shoe company, and then all of a sudden it stopped. You know what I mean? I mean, from going to selling out products before they got to Nigeria, then now you get excited, right? And then now you're buying more stock than you were buying before. And then now your stock is sitting. You know? So it all has been like a learning process. I had my down moments. I had my peak moments. And now I think I'm finally at a stage where I'm now mastering what I'm doing, you know? And I've come to learn that it's part of business growth. It's normal. It's supposed to be. And I'm actually at the right place at the right time in the right moment.
Let's talk about the sunglasses. How did that come to be?
So with the sunglasses, it's very interesting. With every idea that I get, I actually work on them. If it's something that I think I like, I do it. And then, I mean, I think I'm different to other people in the sense that most people are planners. I'm not that much of a planner. So what it is I nose dive into it. Then I say, oh my God, now I'm overwhelmed with what I'm doing. Then I start to try to figure it out. But that's just who I am. And if I start to sit down and think it out so much.
And that's not really bad sometimes, because sometimes you just have to follow your instinct.
Exactly, because sometimes when you think it out too much, then you stop. So I'll really tell you my process. If I'm thinking of a company or thinking of something to do, just like with my sunglass company, immediately I was thinking of a name, and I just felt like naming the company after my older sister's first daughter.
Okay.
And then I called them up and I gave them 3 names, you know, using her name, and I'm like, which one do you prefer? I asked her to pick the name, and she said Angel Sunnies. So my sunglass company is called Angel Sunnies, and is named after my niece.
Her name is Angel.
Her name is Angel.
Okay.
So it's
How old is she?
Right now, Angel is 16.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, she just turned, and she literally just came up in the front covers of the newspaper in South Africa. She won her prom, something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She should have had the sunglasses
I
on.
know, right? So I called her immediately. They gave me a name. So what I would do is like once I get the business idea, I would lock down the name and start to think through the process. So once my niece had told me, you know, what the name that she wanted to go with, I went online, saw that it was available, locked it down, and then now started planning. But what really got me into the sunglass business was one day I was just so fed up. I always used to buy like designer shades and stuff, and they were always going missing. They would go missing, they would get broken. I was just like, yo, in fact, I think broken maybe only like 1 or 2, but they were always going missing. And there were these poor sunglasses that I was so in love with. They come with like, you keep the same frame and you keep just changing the lenses. And each lens change was like $120. And I'm like, they're getting missing. I bought like 4 of those glasses. As we speak right now, I have only like 2 pairs of designer glasses, and I have just 1 that I've literally just kept, you know. And that's just because I was like, no more. This is just ridiculous. I'm just like dashing this stuff out to somebody else that I don't even know.
And then so you decided to start your own sunglasses.
And then I was like, you know what?
Let's try some.
I was like, so affordable.
I want to see them,
because I'm not getting you know, expensive sunglasses for people because they can get that already. How about you just get something trendy or whatever?
But affordable.
Yeah, because if it gets broken or it gets lost, you ain't so mad.
Yes.
You don't lose your shoes like that. You don't lose your clothes like that, your belt or your accessories. But with sunglasses, it's just like you turn and you turn away, your sunglasses are gone.
Let's try some.
Okay, yeah, let's try some.
Do you have names for them?
Yeah, I do have
This
for
is
some
so
of them, but not all of them.
This is so cool. I like this.
You like that?
Yes. How do I look?
Good. I like the whole big, boxy, trendy. It's like in right now. And then you can just literally change as many as you want every other day just because.
So did you come up with all these styles yourself?
No, I actually picked the styles off of designers who already create them.
Oh, got you.
Yes, that's what I do.
How does this look?
Fantastic.
I like this.
And so it just has to be like with what you're wearing. Like you pick what suits what you're wearing. And it's
I
affordable.
Like How much do these go for?
So they range between 8,500 to 5,000
That's
naira.
affordable.
Yeah. Majority of them actually 5,000 naira. So it's like, you know, you don't even think about it. And if it gets lost, you ain't so mad.
You the best. You the best. This is lovely.
Yeah, I quite like this one.
Because
I'm more like, on you I liked it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it just gives you that chic look. Like, I like that one on you, I think, the best.
Who's the boss?
I think I like that one. You like
You're giving me thumbs up sign.
So, so that is how this kind of kicked off. And we've had good, you know, patronage, and people like it, and it's easy wear.
Angel Sunnies. Hashtag Angel Sunnies. Let's talk about food. Everybody says that food and fitness go hand in hand.
Very true.
How did that come about?
So with the food thing, it's very interesting again. I can think I have so many interesting stories. What happened was when I used to go to the US to just like chill with my mom and stuff, I used to have friends come over and I just used to always make stuff for them. But and they used to be like, you know, you should, you know, people, we don't have this in America, people would love this. And I'm like, I'm not selling food, I'm just cooking for you guys to eat. And then it gave me a flashback to one time when I was in London. I made a meal in my friend's house, and my friends were scrambling for it, and someone's laptop broke. And so that became the brunt of the joke that, her food is so sweet, or you crash your laptop, you know, that sort of thing. So that kind of happened. But then
what did you
ask me, it was fried rice, I think. I don't even remember what the meal was now, because the broken laptop just kind of like created, so it was, I think it was rice, it was fried rice. And then, but with my food business, what actually, people ask me like, how did you know how to cook and this and that? I just remember being as a kid, my dad never really let us in the kitchen. And so if we were ever caught in the kitchen, the cooks would get into trouble. But however, my dad used to like employ cooks that worked in like hotels and what have you. Like he literally never let us eat out. Even our bread, our meat pie, everything was like made at home. My first taste of spring rolls and samosa, everything was at home.
Fancy.
Yeah, so I mean, she's like fancy. However, because we weren't allowed to cook and weren't allowed in the kitchen, I would always stand by the door and watch. And then every time I hear my dad's horn, I would run upstairs so that the cooks don't get in trouble. So when I think about what I'm doing right now, it's just
it's always been there.
Yeah, it was like everything I saw, I just kind of soaked in because people ask me, how do you know how to do this and that? And I'm like, I never really learned from anyone. Even right now on like my show when I'm cooking or when I'm telling, some things I just make and I've never made them before. So I have this pineapple thing that I did recently on a TV show deal that I got a week ago.
Yay.
We were like
congrats about that, by the way.
Thank you. We were plating and I was just looking for something different to the set that we already just had, and there was a pineapple in the kitchen. I'm like, let me use that pineapple. And they're like, how? And so they gave me the pineapple and then I cut it in half and I'm like, can I have a spoon? And
don't tell me you scooped out everything and put the food in.
Literally. And we didn't have like the core to like take out so I literally was just using the spoon to like dig out the flesh of the pineapple. I'm like, just leave it over there, I'll juice it later. And then we put it aside to juice, and then I did the whole garnishing of the rice, whatever, on the pineapple, and just kind of did this little, 15-second video on Instagram and just kind of joked about it. And next thing I see, this video has like 28,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah, not sponsored.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm like,
there's something there, definitely.
Definitely. And then I thought to myself, like, well, I hadn't seen this somewhere else. Now, today someone will tell me, no, it's out there. I'm like, I honestly we were on set. I was just thinking of something different to make that we already had, and that just happened. So I feel like sometimes I kind of feel like it's a gift. I'm not a pro chef or anything like that, but every time I cook for people, I ask them how the taste, if they like it or whatever, and they're always like, it's nice, it's great, it's this, it's that, and they're willing to pay good money for it. Yeah. So I feel like if they're willing to part with their money as repeat customers, they definitely like the taste, and that's how the.
So tell me, how do you run the food business?
So with the food business, I started it just by myself, literally just in the kitchen and just...
so do people order stuff?
Yeah, so it's an order, you order only, I don't have a restaurant, you just order the food and we deliver to your doorstep. For now, I mean, in the future, we might go down the restaurant lane or whatnot, but not right now because I feel like it's not time. I have a lot to figure out with it. And it's also a hobby thing. I literally cook to distress. And I'm also like always thinking of how to make a healthy meal and
how to make it taste better too.
Exactly. So I kind of incorporated that into what I do, and people started asking for like healthy meals, like healthy meal plans and things like that. So I have clients that I do that for on a daily basis. But it's literally just evolved. It's like, so I cook to distress as a hobby, and then it's just
and then people love it too.
People love it. It's fun.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
What's my favorite thing to cook? Seafood, maybe. I'm not very particular in terms of what I cook because I literally, you know how like you would have a set menu? Yeah. I have like set menus, but I always love for people to tell me what they want to eat. Like if you wanted to place an order, I'll be like, do you like it spicy? Do you like it non-spicy? Do you like, people are like, isn't that time consuming? Instead of you I don't know what it is, but I just like each person to kind of be happy with what they get as opposed to just, everyone's taste bud is different. It is. And going on a commercial basis, it's pretty difficult to manage.
I was just going to say that.
So I haven't figured that out yet. Like I said, simply because it's a hobby that has evolved into a business. But for the most part, I'm still able to manage my clientele right now, and they're happy with what they get. But down the line, some days we go with our set menus. However, we're lucky because some days people call in and we say this is what we have,
and they'll just go
and they will just go with it. And I find that also comes with them just liking you over time trusting you
So
over
they know that whatever they
time.
get will still be nice.
Exactly.
As nice.
And I've had bad days where maybe the food gets to clients late or something like that, and I would try to make it up to them because food is very personal.
It is.
And people get angry when they're hungry. People
I'm very grouchy.
People are grouchy. People comfort eat. You know, people are just want to nourish their body at that particular moment. So you're dealing with like people's emotions almost when it comes to food. And I've quickly understood that and I try to manage that. So some days, even if you don't have what they want, just because you're able to kind of get them in a good mood or, you know, just try and make them feel okay, they're willing to substitute sometimes with what you already have available.
So we've talked food, we've talked fitness, we've talked fashion. We haven't touched on your makeup. And the skincare. Let's talk about that really quickly.
Okay, I know that it sounds like a lot of things. Yeah,
Well, they all complement each other.
They all complement each other. Even to me, it's like, you know, but with the makeup and skincare, I mean, even when I got on set today or before we got on set, your people, like your team were like, oh, you have lovely skin. Oh, so I was getting that a lot. Oh, your skin is nice. Oh, what do you do? Oh, da, da, da. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I do some natural treatment. I use some products. I wasn't even very big on the product space before until I started, you know, playing with some things and I started seeing the improvement in my skin. And people ask me what I use and I'll tell them, well, where can I get it? Was always the next question. I was like, okay, Lilian, why don't you make these products available to people? Because you travel a lot. You have access to these products and when they ask you where they can get it, it's easy for you to, you have a platform, you already understand the retail business, and that's really how it kicked off. Because one time I was in the market, and these ladies literally like were on my case about, please, where can they get it? Can they call my office? Can they, you know, they were like really on, at the time I wasn't even retail. I'm like, wow, these people are like hell bent on trying to get this product, you know. It happened to me again at a salon. And one time, this girl even said to me, please, I'll pay you anything. I know people don't like to share their beauty secrets, but please, if you can share with me, I promise I won't share with anybody. She was like giving me the whole 9 years. I'm like, I'm going to tell you everything. I'm going to give you the whole deal, like where you can get them from. And, you know, it just seemed like, oh, don't try and trick me. I really want, you know, that sort of thing. And I was like, wow, people really, really, really mean it when they want this thing. And I started bringing in just the stuff I was using literally and some of my natural products that I was using as well. I would tell people, one of my favorite mixes, let me give you guys a free tip. It's everywhere, but then people are like, it doesn't really work. It
Please
works.
tell us.
I use honey,
lemon,
and a few drops of water.
Honey, lemon, few drops of water. How do we use it?
So,
because that was the first thing that caught my attention when I first met you. It was your skin.
My skin.
And you didn't have makeup on.
Yes, these days I rarely wear makeup. I just use like lip gloss. If we're on set, I mean, sometimes even I'm tempted to just, you know, because you start to get comfortable with it. So with the honey, water, and lemon, right? You add a few drops of water if you would react. Some people have, you know, we all have different skin types as well. So I have sensitive skin to a little extent, and so I put a few drops of water in it. Now, Nigeria is a very hot environment. So every now and again, you get sunburn or, you know, you just, I mean, you can't avoid being out there sometimes. So some days when I have like days off or whatnot, you have like a chill weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you ain't really going anywhere until Monday. Those are like the best times to do things like that. By the time they see you at work on Monday, you'll be like, woo, where have you been? Yeah, it literally happens.
So how do we apply this honey and lemon? And
so just like a teaspoon of honey.
And guys can do this too?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
A teaspoon of honey, a teaspoon of lemon. And if you notice, most like lightning products and whatnot, they
have honey and lemon.
Exactly.
Yes.
And the honey is really hydrating as well. You literally, it's an instant glow. Like
so one spoon of honey, 1 spoon of lemon.
And a few drops of water.
And then we mix it.
You just mix it. What happens is that the honey actually, the lemon breaks down the honey. So honey is thick.
Loosens it up.
It loosens it up. And then you can literally just dab it and just leave it on for 5-10 minutes, depending on your skin type. And then once you wash it off, just moisturize, like a water-based moisturizer. That's what I would do. Or you could even do without a moisturizer. Just leave, you know, use your regular daily moisturizer that you have, and it's an instant sort of glow. Like for me right now, it's instant boost. And another little trick to that honey, water, and lemon again is, You see the sun right now, it's like,
It's gangster.
some days ago, it was like 40 degrees in Nigeria. So now you need a little bit extra because just, sometimes you got to go
I'm always excited when I get free tips.
you got to push it. Add some sugar, some granulated sugar, and give your body that good scrub.
Okay. Honey, lemon, sugar.
Yes.
And scrub. Okay.
Yes, and give yourself a good scrub and just stay away from the sun for a couple of days. Try for 3 days. I mean, most of the time, it's not your entire body that is exposed.
Yes,
most of the
your
parts,
face,
your
your
face,
neck,
your
your
neck, your
arms.
arms, just do it for a couple of days. Wear long sleeve clothes. Don't be too much in the sun. So I would say do it like, some people have busy lifestyles where they can avoid getting out there. So I always suggest do it like on a chill weekend or in a time when you have like a 3, 4,
And then just
5
rinse
days.
off with water and that's it.
That's it. So I literally would take a bath and do the whole scrub thing and then just wash it off and just chill at home.
Wow.
Yeah. And I would drink a lot of water that day.
Drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
Drink
You
a
see,
lot
when
of
you
water.
see me on Monday, you'd be like, oh, did you just go on vacation? I'm like, no, I just rested. And people will be like, but yeah, and he's in Nigeria with us. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just chilling. But meanwhile, you'd have worked hard, you'd have had your whole busy
You just had a
schedule, and then
staycation.
a staycation.
Yeah.
You're just like something you have to like just try and take care of yourself. It is difficult, especially as a woman in
Yes.
Nigeria. We
Yes.
have so much going on,
Yes.
but then you find out that no one still wants to hear the excuse of why you don't look good.
Yeah.
So think about it. I run all these businesses, and
Because
there's
you're your
food
own
involved.
advertisement, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I've had moments where I've fallen off the bandwagon, put on some weight and just stress, and all of that stuff. And then you have to catch yourself and remind yourself, and kind of pull yourself back together. And that's okay if it happens.
yes.
The most important thing is just
That you pull
being
yourself.
able to catch yourself
Yes.
before it goes too far.
Yeah, right. So, Lilian, you started a giveaway recently,
Oh my God.
and you're still doing more giveaways.
Yeah.
Why is this really important to you?
Even while I was pulling out some of the outfits for the giveaway, my mom said, this one too?
Yeah.
No. I'm like, no, I've already put it out there that I'm giving it away, and I'm giving it away. There's something I recently realized now as an adult is that, that saying, train a child how he should go, and when the child grows, the child will not depart from it.
Yeah.
I really begin to see and feel that a lot now in my adulthood, in the sense that when we were younger, my dad always got us to put our stuff together, pack up all our old stuff that we weren't using anymore, and have someone from the village pick it up and take it and go share it for people that needed it. And I mean, we were kids at the time, but sometimes we were being lazy about it. Who really be or not? Like, you literally could get whooped for not putting your stuff together on time and what have you. And so now, I guess it became a part of me because I realized that it's never a big deal to give. And so I do find that people find it surprising, but I also had a moment where, I don't know that there was anything really, really significant about it, but it was kind of like a tipping point of where there isn't anything that I really find that big to give away right now. So then I had a car that I really wanted at the time. My dream car was a Mercedes, and a Mercedes Jeep, because my dad really liked Mercedes while we were young. He rode like a lot of Mercedes and stuff. So I was really, I don't know, I just...
You have like an attachment to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like when I could afford one, I'm like, I really want this car, And then it taught me a lesson, because now this car was always having problems, and the Nigerian I really have a phobia for mechanics right now, Nigerian mechanics, and they were literally like just draining
Milking
me with the car. And that was my first lesson towards where it's not everything that you could buy that you could afford.
Please, you have to say that again.
It's not everything that you can buy that you can afford. And that was my first lesson with that. And so at one point I just got frustrated. I parked the car in front of my store, and I wasn't even willing to fix it again. I just said, put for sale on it. Anybody that wants to buy it can take it like that. I'm not fixing it. And then for whatever reason, I don't know what it was, but right after I sold that car, I became unattached to anything material. Prior to that, just being a stylist and a fashion person in the industry, oh my God, I was like obsessed, especially with Louis Vuitton. Like if I went into a Louis Vuitton store and there was
You were like a child in a candy store.
and I couldn't find my size or something with color and something, I noticed that my mood would like literally just nosedive when I left the store. Even when I wasn't buying things for myself, even when I was shopping for clients, shopping for clients was just, it was as if I was shopping for myself. Like, I don't know what to call it, but I really enjoyed my job. I loved it. It was a dream every time I was doing it. It was just, I loved it. However, I now noticed that maybe you're beginning to love this thing a little bit too much, you know?
Right.
And so now, even though I still like those things, I'm not like, so a friend made a statement to me one time that also stuck. She said, good things don't ever finish in the market.
Good things don't ever
finish in the market. She said it in Igbo. I don't remember how she said it now, but the translation in English was, good things don't finish in the market. And
you don't have to buy everything now.
Exactly. So what happened, I guess a little while after she had made that statement to me or whatever, I traveled on a business trip. I was shopping for some clients, and you know, I saw stuff that I wanted, and I was like, you know, I don't have to buy it right now. And I wasn't so...
It was different. Something in you had shifted.
It had literally shifted. And so fast forward to now, I felt like I have things in my wardrobe I haven't worn for a year or 2 years.
Why is it just sitting
Why
there?
is it just sitting?
When it would bless somebody.
I'm telling you. And okay, another thing was I do help out the children on the Lekki axis, the underprivileged children. And I collect things from people to give to these kids and the women on the street as well. And during the giveaways, I realized what people's old clothes were doing in the lives of these people. How excited they were. So I would record videos of their excitement and send it to the people who had given me stuff to give them.
And then they wanted to give even more.
But I just realized that what to you is nothing. Like, it's an old dress, you've worn it, you don't really want it anymore.
Your trash is another man's treasure.
It's 1000% true. You know, and so, I mean, I have things I'm not wearing, I have things I'm not using, and it can bless somebody else, and it doesn't take anything away from you. I know.
Wow. You really inspired me today.
Thank you.
I'm really blessed by you sharing, you know. And my prayer, and I really hope that more people can become like you and just bless other people.
Initially,
you know?
I didn't used to share that on social media. And truly,
but you should.
Truly, if you give with one hand, they say the other hand shouldn't know. And I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
However, I realized that I could lend my voice to, especially when I put up a video and this one particular guy, till today, I've never met him and his wife. But they sent me so much stuff, enough for more than 30 people.
Wow.
And I said, if just saying this on a camera could get me this for all these people, why not? So I mean, I know that to some people you don't have to, and I agree with that, like whatever works for you, you know, but it's not so much to show off or any of those things, because to be honest, it's a reminder to a lot of people. Like my giveaway would remind someone to give away.
Exactly.
Oh, guess what, you know, I have all these clothes too I'm not using, let me call these girls to come and take it, let me call these women to come and take it. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not to say you have all this money to throw away. It's not to say that you have all the clothes in the world, but there's just stuff you don't want anymore. You don't need anymore. You don't use anymore. Sometimes even stuff in your kitchen. Some bowls, some pots, some air conditioner that is not really working anymore in your house. You want to buy a new one, or a TV, or you know. So these are things that to you, it's nothing. It's not because you're so rich. It's not because you're trying to prove that you have accomplished or you are now. It's just, you just don't need it right now, and somebody else does. It's really what it is.
Thank you so much, Lilian, for coming on the show today. Thank you for reminding us that it's very important to give, no matter how little. Let's be a channel of blessing to the person next door to us.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We have a little gift for you before we go away.
Wow, okay. Car keys? Sounds like car keys.
To the Mercedes.
To the Mercedes. We're about to get the Mercedes again.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I've really enjoyed speaking with Lilian Unachukwu, and you can follow her on Instagram. Her handle is
@Lilian.
Yes, thank you so much for watching. You've been watching WIMB Wednesdays with Barbara David. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. God bless you. Bye.